The US opened to vaccinated international travelers, and there is a surge of visitors, especially from previously restricted countries. While transatlantic travel might be back on the table for vaccinated travelers, how about the unvaccinated visitors? Many unvaccinated travelers are also seeking to visit the US. In this video, we discuss how unvaccinated travelers can go to the United States. Find out if you fall to one of the vaccine requirement exceptions. But first, we want to thank you for joining us. Find us on all the other social media channels. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and click that bell, to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel. Oh, and don't forget to check out our website at immigrationandmigration.com. This video is brought to you by IAM. We believe that travel improves and inspires you, and the people around you. We help you travel by providing services which overcome barriers and frameworks that simplify and enrich your experience. We just happen to be immigration lawyers. So reach out to your IAM visa coordinator when you're ready for your adventure, or already on one, and would like some assistance. As of this week, the United States lifted the travel restrictions that barred non-US citizens from Brazil, China, India, Iran, Ireland, the Schengen Area, South Africa, and the United Kingdom from entering the country. With the reopening of US border restrictions, the United States is also imposing new rules, requiring nearly all foreign adult visitors to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Foreign travelers will be required to provide proof of full vaccination status prior to boarding the flight. To know the US travel rules for vaccinated travelers, check out our blog post. Although there are no vaccination exceptions for religious reasons or other moral convictions, unvaccinated travelers can still enter the US. The US administration stressed that exceptions to the vaccine requirements for foreign visitors would be rare, but have been made for the following reasons. Travelers who belong to one of the following exceptions can enter the US without a vaccination certificate. Persons on diplomatic or official foreign government travel. Children under 18 years of age. Persons with documented medical contraindications to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. Participants in certain COVID-19 vaccine trials. Persons issued a humanitarian or emergency exception. Persons with valid US visas who are citizens of a foreign country with limited COVID-19 vaccine availability. Members of the US Armed Forces, or their spouses, or children under 18 years of age. See crew members traveling with AC-1 and D non-immigrant visa. Persons whose entry would be in the national interest, as determined by the Secretary of State, Secretary of Transportation, or Secretary of Homeland Security. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention stated that unvaccinated children under 18 visiting the United States will not need to be quarantined upon arrival under the country's new travel rules. According to an amended document signed by CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, non-citizens under 18 years old who are not immigrating to the US will still need to fill out an attestation form that says they will arrange to get tested for the coronavirus 3 to 5 days after arrival, but they will not need to promise to arrange a 7-day quarantine period after arrival. Based on the potential difficulty that self-quarantine may pose to children under 18 years of age, especially when accompanied by a vaccinated parent or guardian, who is not required to self-quarantine, CDC has determined that self-quarantine should not be required. The order reads: Visitors claiming medical reasons for not being vaccinated have to present a signed letter from a licensed physician, documenting a medical contraindication to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. The letter must have the following information. Must be signed and dated on official letterhead, which contains the name, address, and phone number of the licensed physician who signed the letter. Must clearly state that the passenger has a contraindication to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. The name of the COVID-19 vaccine product and the medical condition must both be listed. Medical contraindications to COVID-19 vaccination include immediate or severe allergic reaction after a previous dose, or known allergy to a component of a COVID-19 vaccine. The letter must have sufficient personally identifiable information to confirm that the person referenced in the letter matches with the passenger's passport or other travel documents. Personal objections to vaccination, based on religious or moral convictions, do not qualify for an exception. Travelers that prove they have participated or are participating in Phase 3 COVID-19 vaccine trial with a qualifying vaccine can still travel to the US. Check our blog post for the qualified trial vaccines and the document to present prior to boarding. The CDC may grant a humanitarian or emergency exception in limited circumstances, only when an individual must travel to the United States to preserve health and safety, and is unable to become fully vaccinated before travel. To get this exception, you must contact the US Embassy or consulate nearest to you. Unlike in the US, COVID-19 vaccines are not readily available to most countries. The CDC has listed 50 countries where COVID vaccines are scarce. For these countries, citizens with a work visa may enter the US without the vaccinations, but must provide one-day negative test results prior to boarding, as well as agree to quarantine for 7 days after arrival, take another test 3 to 5 days after arrival, and must then be vaccinated within 60 days of arriving in the US, if they plan to stay in the country for 60 days or more. There is no additional documentation needed to travel to the US. Travelers on a B1 or B2 visa will not be allowed in the US from these countries without a vaccination. Check our blog post to see the full list of 50 countries. Travelers who recently recovered from COVID-19 should provide official documentation of recovery from COVID-19. They should provide the positive COVID-19 viral test result and should be dated no more than 90 days before boarding the flight to the US, and a letter from a licensed healthcare provider or a public health official stating that the passenger was cleared to travel. If your travel to the US is of national interest, you will need to show an official US government letter, either paper or digital, documenting approval of the national interest exception. Are you ready to travel to the US? Talk to us in the comments section below. If you have plans to travel, check out the deals we have found in the description box below. If you need assistance with a visa to Europe, the UK, or the US, including help with securing your travel arrangements, IAM can help. For visa advice, contact your IAM visa coordinator. If you'd like to get more info on travel, visas, immigration, and citizenship, head over to immigrationandmigration.com for more free content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more travel and visa updates.